I'm on a job hunt right now. I'm on a job search. That is just a limiting belief I've had for such a long time. I feel like every day I get closer to God because every day I'm talking to Him more. Hello, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. I am Jessica, and of course this is my channel. Guys, I have too much to say. First of all, I've already filmed this video, but it's my first time using my new camera. So why were the settings so bad? There's a lot of things wrong with the first take, okay? The settings are very bad and I didn't like how it looked visually. Second of all, I put on this like lip chap before I started filming, and it wasn't the right lip chap. You know how some lip chaps leave like the white line? I'm like, I'm not doing that to myself, putting myself like that on the worldwide internet, so no. And I'm just like, we're just gonna scrap this whole video. That was the first time ever I filmed the video from beginning to end, watched it through, and was like, oh no, that can't be going on the internet. So here we are 2 days later, and we're gonna be doing it again. Usually when I do these life updates, I always have my primer on, but I don't. So this is what I'm using. It is the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I'm sure you've probably heard of it before. It is quite popular. So let's do this. And then of course I have my handy dandy compact mirror over here. I have 8 different topics I want to go through. So if you don't have a snack, get a snack. If you don't have a drink, get a drink. I have a Red Bull here. Not sugar-free, so, you know? I'm embarrassed to say because like, I know it's not good, but this is the first thing I'm having today, and it's 3:30 p.m. What can I say? You know, what can I say? Some days are just not gonna be that perfect. And now because this is my redo, I'm very self-conscious about having that like a white line on my lip, so I'm like, my boyfriend's at a pool tournament right now. It's literally down the street. And I'm just watching the score just for now, you know, just as my primer dries. I think I'm all primed up. I'm all ready. Okay. Guys, okay, so I got a new foundation. I got the Rare Beauty Weightless Foundation. I am shade 520W. You guys know, before I used to be in love with the Fenty Beauty Easy Drop. I'm N22 in this one, and I still love this foundation, but I just like this one a little bit more. And this one, the Rare Beauty one, is a little bit more coverage, but it's also very, like, not very liquidy. It's more liquidy than the Easy Drop, so that was very confusing. I never know if I'm putting too much on or too little, but it is what it is. I always use my fingers first and then go in with a brush. That's just how I do it. I went to Sephora and I tried this foundation. I tried this shade and I didn't know for sure if this was like my color, but I was kind of running out of time, so I'm like, okay, whatever, I'll just get it and then I'll see if it's like really good at home with like real lighting. You know, there's Sephora lighting and there's real lighting. It's just, that's just the way it is, you know, right? So I went home, I made a TikTok using this foundation for the first time, like a full face, and I actually liked it, so I kept it, clearly. Here we are now. Okay, so let's get into these topics. So where have I been? So I did leave a message on my community board, my community tab, and I basically said like my old camera broke, because it did, the Canon G7X Mark II, that's the camera I had. It broke. It broke in the craziest way. Long story short, I was making a video for a brand. I had the videos done, the 2 videos, and the second video, I was like, I can make it better. My old tripod, because I had to get a new one, was already like a little bit cracked. And basically, it just could not hold the weight of my camera and my ring light because it was cracked, like at a very important place, and the camera's gone. Okay, the camera's, no, I actually have the camera, but it's just broken, it won't work. And yeah, so that is that, and I put that on my community tab being like, what did I say? I basically said that my camera was broken. I already knew I was going back to Canada at this point. I already had my tickets and stuff. I think I was leaving in like a day or 2 after my camera broke. I was like, if I'm going to Canada, I might as well get a new camera while I'm there, and that's exactly what played out. That's what happened. I've also been watching like a lot of beginner black girl makeup videos, and I saw this girl put like her setting spray and she sprayed it onto her brush as she was doing her foundation. I'm like, that's a good technique, I think. It makes sense to me in my head. But yeah, anyways, I've been back in Italy for less than a week. Today is Saturday and I came back on Monday, so like 5 days ago. Canada was so nice, so beautiful, of course. Like, I obviously love seeing my friends and family and stuff. My mom was in Ghana, so I came back like 4 days before her, and then she came home, so it was nice just like be with my family and stuff. And I don't think, not that I don't think, I'm actually not going to be back in Canada until February. So this is my first Christmas away from home, and I'm like, away from home, one of my homes, you know, away from like home, but Italy is my home. But yeah, I said home a lot in the past 10 seconds. But yeah, so that was a crazy realization because it's my first Christmas away, and I didn't even necessarily tell my family that like I'm not going to be here for Christmas. I basically just said like, I'll see you guys again in February. And I'm like, I can bear the weight of saying I won't be here for Christmas. But obviously you just put 2 and 2 together. If I'm like, I'm not going to see you until February, I won't be here for Christmas. So that was that. I don't know. I feel a little bit sad about it, but I'm also like, I'm an adult, I'm growing, you know? Like I'm also not starting my life, but like, it's just normal. I think this is just a normal thing when parents have children, their children get older, they get into a relationship or something, and you know, you have to start like splitting holidays and like birthdays and stuff. So, you know, it is what it is. It's fine. It's just life, right? It is just life. I know we're in love with this foundation. Like, it's so flawless. God. Selena, she knows what she's doing. I know before I said Rihanna knows what she's doing, and Rihanna does know what she's doing. But Selena, she really knows. Okay, so now that I've upgraded my foundation, I need to upgrade, no, not even upgrade, I need to get a liquid concealer. So please, if you have any recommendations, let me know what liquid concealer I should get, because I don't know. Where's my brush? If you watch any of my chit chat get ready with me videos, you know I don't use liquid concealer, even though I should. I know I should, so please tell me what to use. I just use this like setting powder, I guess, like concealer setting powder for under my eyes, just for that brightening effect. But guys, I really want to start like being good at makeup, you know? I actually want to like be serious. I feel like I always go through my phases. So with my last camera, the viewfinder, like the flip screen so I could see myself, was on top of the camera. So basically if I was looking at myself in the camera, I'd be like looking up here sometimes, you know? But now my flip screen is on the side. So if I look over here, that means I'm looking at myself. But I do think, like honestly, I'm not like trying to toot my own horn, but I do think I'm really good in looking at the camera when I'm vlogging or filming. That has always been one of my pet peeves. Like, how am I gonna be talking like this when I know I should be looking here? No, I get it, like doing a quick glance, whatever. But I try really hard to look at you guys instead of looking at myself, because that is just not, I don't think that's right. I feel like it loses the connection. When I'm watching a YouTube video, even if I find someone new, because I'm always watching like new people, whoever gets recommended to me, I'm watching you. Literally. And if I see that they're looking at themselves too much, I'm just like, I can't, because it look like, imagine you're talking to somebody and they're there and you're just like, yeah, la, la, la. You know? So I don't even know why I brought that up, but it's on my heart. It's on my heart to talk about. So I don't want to say I'm stressed. Like when I did the first take of this video, I did say that I'm stressed. Even like the point that I have to talk about says stressed. But it's not really stress, you know? It's just like life. But basically, guys, I'm on a job hunt right now. I'm on a job search. And let me tell you why. When I go like this, I'm just getting more product. I had a little problem in my makeup bag, which is why it looks so like this powder all around the rim. But yeah, this is what I'm using. Okay, so let me tell you why I'm on a job search or job hunt right now. So before moving to Italy, my main source of income was like UGC, right? And my last main source of income, because I've done coaching before, like the health coaching, because I am a nutritionist as well. I've done like personal development coaching. But what I'm talking about is my most recent source of income, because that is what is relevant to this story. But basically, yeah, I used to do a lot of UGC, which is like when you you can contact them, they can contact you. But when you are in communication with brands and you start making videos for brands and it goes on to their like social media or their page or whatever they're using the content for, right? Advertising, basically. So I used to do a lot of that when I was in Canada. And in Europe, UGC is a thing. It's definitely a thing. But especially in Italy, it's a thing, but Europe is like way behind, right? So even in Canada, I don't want to say it's difficult because you can definitely make a full-time income when living in Canada doing UGC. It's just a little bit harder, whatever, which is fine. That's not like it's not a deterrent to not do it. It's just a little bit harder, which is fine because most of these brands are in USA, right? And if they not find out like it's a secret, but if they know that you live in Canada, it may just be harder for them to ship these items, or sometimes they just don't take Canadians for doing these things because it's better for them and easier and obviously cheaper to ship within their country. I get it, it's fine. So USA is like, they got it down packed. Canada, like it's good, like it's definitely good. But Europe is like behind, right? So I know it's a thing here because obviously I've done my research like before even living here and whilst living here. In Italy, it's a thing, but a lot of the people who are doing UGC here in Italy, they speak Italian, they speak the language, so they can promote this brush, promote this mirror, while speaking in Italian, which is obviously like the native language here. And if you're making UGC videos in Italy, your target audience is mostly people who live in your country, right? That would just make sense. It's not like people in US are making videos for people who are in India, per se, you know? Obviously there's like trickle over effect, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Basically my work is so much slower than it was when I was in Canada, like a lot slower. And it wasn't really a big issue for me in the beginning. I was just like, oh, like I'll make it work, I'll make it work. I will try to make it work. I don't know, like all you can do is try, right? But it is becoming a little bit more difficult nowadays. So I'm like, you know what? I should get myself like something remote, part-time, full-time, I don't care. Like I'm not really opposed to either one. I don't mind which one I get. But yeah, I should find something remote to do, and that will help me with my income, right? To add another source of income to make me feel more balanced. I don't want to say balanced, that's not even the right word. Just like less stress and not to worry as much, you know? It'll definitely just calm me down. So yeah, that job hunt has started maybe like less than a week ago. Maybe, I guess like when I got back. So yeah, that's what's happening with my career and or work aspect of my life. I'm on the search, and the job search is a little bit difficult. There's a lot of people applying for jobs right now, and like I already knew that, but we will see where that takes me. Honestly, I think I'd be way more stressed if I didn't have such an amazing and supportive partner. And also it's my birthday month, and he said, not my words, his words, that basically it's my birthday month and I don't need to be spending anything this month. So it is what it is. But yeah, I'm very, very grateful, happy, lucky, blessed. I'm all of it. Okay, I'm pretty sure I talked about how, I think it was in my last video, if I'm not mistaken, how I need to like start calling myself out more because like there's some things that, I don't know if I said that on YouTube actually. TikTok or YouTube, one of the places in the World Wide Web, I was basically saying that I need to start calling myself out more, right? So let me start doing that right now. I don't know who remembers this, but some of you actually might. So in February of this year, I went to Canada with my partner, obviously, for the first time actually, to show, well, I seem like a pet. I was gonna say to show him to my friends and family, but for my family and friends to meet him, whatever. And who remembers when we were in the Airbnb packing our stuff because we were going to go to Niagara Falls for the last few days in Canada. And I was packing my stuff and I had a microphone, okay? A nice pink microphone in the box still. It was like brand new in the box. And what was that microphone for? The microphone was for me to start a podcast. This was in February. It is November 4th right now. Do I have a podcast? No, I don't. No, I don't. Well, I didn't until a few days ago. I didn't until a few days ago. So basically what happened is that I got sick and tired of always, like I listened to podcasts. I don't know. I was gonna say I listen to podcasts more than I watch YouTube videos, but I'm not really sure. Probably on par, give or take. Right? So I listen to podcasts a lot. And every podcast I listen to, after listening to it, or even while listening to it, I'm like, I need to start mine. Like, I really need to start mine. And I've had excuses galore for the past, I don't know, I guess 10 months or something. I just did a quick math. I don't know if it's actually 10 months. I think it's 8 months Anyways, the excuses have just been way too much. And I got to the point where I'm like, I need to stop thinking about starting one, or just stop thinking about it at all, right? Or just start. So basically that is what happened. I started, and I didn't just start. I already recorded the trailer. Didn't even know I need to do that, but I was like doing some research and like it helps. And yes, I recorded the trailer. I'm recording my first actual episode on Monday, so in 2 days. And I'm scared, but I'm excited. That was crazy. I'm scared, but I'm excited. Let me just remember why I'm here, right? To still do this makeup. If I'm being super honest with you guys and with myself, my biggest problem or my biggest limiting belief around starting a podcast is my speech. I talked about this before, but my brain is moving way faster than my mouth, than my words, right? I already finished a sentence in my brain, but I'm like slowing down my speech right now to match up. Usually I actually talk pretty fast, and right now I am conscious of me talking slower, which is like, I feel like I sound like a robot right now, but I think this is like the normal pace of speech that I should be talking at. So that is something that I'm working on, or recently working on. Just slowing down my words, right? Enunciating my words and letting my brain think slower. I'm just trying to think slower so I can get through my sentences, because I know podcasting, the form of podcasting should be like a flow of consciousness, flow of words, conversation. Even if I'm doing it like solo, it's gonna be by myself. And this is just something that I have been nervous about, right? Because a podcast is not like a vlog. You don't just like, yes, I guess you can just cut out the ums and the uhs and the You know what I mean? But I want it to be more flowy, more consistent. Basically, when I'm editing the podcast, I don't want to feel like I'm editing a YouTube video or a TikTok. There should not be like cut, you know? That's just what I think. So basically I am working on slowing down my brain and slowing down my thoughts and my words and whatever. Also, obviously having stimulants beside me would not help. So I do not think I will be having a Red Bull or a coffee or maybe a matcha. Definitely a matcha, that'd be so nice. A matcha with me while I'm recording my first episode. But yeah, that is just a limiting belief I've had for such a long time. And it's different because I had this limiting belief in the past when I was like dealing with the fear of judgment, and that would stop me from going on live when I had my other Instagram account talking about like health stuff. And then I just got over that limiting belief and I was like, whatever. I went live like every week for 3 months or something, and that helped me so much because I was like, oh my God, I can't go on live. What if I stutter on my words? What if I just like mess up my words, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, get over it. Literally get over it. And I did. So that's kind of what is happening right now. I'm like, you gotta get over this. So if you have this microphone, sell it. If you don't want to use it, sell it. And I don't want to sell it, guys. I really won't. Sorry guys, my camera overheated. That's something I'm getting used to because my last camera never overheated once ever. But the thing is with that one, I could only record like 25 minutes at a time and it would have to like restart basically. And with this camera, it does overheat, but it depends on the timing. I was using it a lot before actually filming this video because I was figuring out the settings and stuff. But yeah, it's a give and take, but I still love this camera way more. But as I was saying, yes, either sell the microphone or make the podcast. And I decided to make the podcast. Also, as my camera was like cooling down, I did my eyebrows, which is why to make it look a little bit different. I hope so. But not too much. This is like $5 from Shoppers Drug Mart, which is like Canada's CVS, right? I also think I'm upgraded myself a lot in this video because who am I? I'm using something for my eyebrows that isn't liquid, number one. And now I actually have a spoolie, like I have the eyebrow brush. The question is, what was I thinking putting liquid in my eyebrows without even combing it out? We live and we learn, okay? We live and we learn. Onto eyeshadow, I'm just gonna do my usual, which is credits in this palette. We know this palette. This is the Jackie Aina Anastasia palette, and yeah. I'm gonna be using credit because number one, that's my go-to, and number two, yesterday I put a different shade on my eyebrows, on my eyelid with, basically yesterday, the look, I'm glad that video is not going on the internet because I was trying to do something I've never done before because I'm not really good at blending in two colors. So let me just stick with one, number one, and let me watch more videos to learn, number two, okay? Let me not try to put my practice video on the internet. So stick with one shade. Yeah, so that's what's happening with the podcast. I'm looking forward to it a lot. And basically, let me just say a little 1-minute elevator pitch, you know? Oh, I am gonna be having the video content too. I feel like I talked about that, but I'm not sure. after my camera heated up, I don't really remember what I said before. But yeah, basically my podcast is going to be about everyday life in your 20s and early 30s, because I am turning 29 in a couple weeks, and I'll talk about that soon after this topic. But yeah, about everyday life in your 20s and 30s, health and wellness, you know, self-improvement, just all the things that I'm into and I know that can help other people. And yeah, definitely gonna be, you know, let me just not give promises I can't keep. I was gonna say definitely gonna be opening up more. I feel like I open up so much here, guys. Like, you guys know everything about me. I say all the vulnerable stuff and I just share everything with you guys. But yeah, I do think it'll be a good avenue or a good way for me to also express myself and my feelings, my thoughts a little bit more. So I'm looking forward to that. So that is just the elevator spiel about the podcast. And I don't have an exact date of when it's coming out, but oh my God, it'd be perfect if it came out on my birthday. November 17th. That, oh my God. Wow, that just came to me right now. And that's not even like something I said in the first video and now I'm saying it again. Like, no, it literally just came to me right now. My birthday's a Friday, so will my podcast be coming out on Fridays? I actually wanted my podcast to come out on Mondays or Tuesdays, so we will see. That whole excitement that I have, we will see, okay. On to the next thing. Guys, I'm working on my relationship with God. I've talked to you about this in one of my last videos, and now I'm really working on this relationship with God. And I want to get into this a little bit more. Let me just say my eyelashes may look weird for a second because I'm about to use white eyelash primer and then mascara. When I bought this, I didn't think it was what it is, but it is what it is, okay? Long story short, I thought it was eyelash serum to make your eyelashes grow, but it's really not that, okay? So yes, you guys already know I've been working on my relationship with God, and this is something I wanted to do for a while. I have kind of done it before. This was like sometime during COVID, and there's definitely a video online of me doing like my morning routine back then, when I think I was just like, yes, I was trying to build a relationship with God, but I wasn't as intentional as I am now. I was just doing what I thought I needed to do and wasn't really building that relationship. Like, yes, I was reading my Bible, I had a devotional, I had this like other Christian book or whatever to do every morning. I was just like doing a lot, right? Doing a lot, but not really doing it from my heart, actually, when I really think about it. And basically that whole thing in the past lasted like a month, and then I just like stopped because, you know, if it's not true, then it's not true. But now it's so different because when I first had this intention, this was like in September, I think, beginning of September, I was reading the Bible every morning, but I was reading it from my phone, and I was just like, you know, I need to read the Word of God, but I didn't have my Bible here, so I was like, I'm just gonna read it from my phone, it's fine. I knew I was going to Canada the following month, so I knew I'd be able to get my Bible from there. I actually wanted to get a new Bible, a study Bible, but I couldn't find a good one from the bookstore, so I just kept my original Bible. But anyways, now in the mornings, I read my Bible every morning. I have my little SOAP method, which maybe you've heard of, but it's scripture, observation, application, prayer. That is that. I've been doing that every morning, and then I have a devotional that I got. Since I couldn't find a study Bible at the bookstore, I just got like a devotional. The old one that I had, like, I don't know why, but when I went through that like phase, I was so lukewarm back then, and honestly right now I don't even want to say like I'm so not lukewarm. If you don't know what that is, like a lukewarm Christian, it just means like you identify as a Christian, but like your actions and I don't want to say morals, but your actions are not really aligning with that, right? So that is that. Now I have my routine and I love it, and I just feel so freaking good. And also it's like, it teaches me more, like every day. I feel like every day I get closer to God because every day I'm talking to Him more, right? The problem that I had when I first thought I was getting closer to God during COVID days is that I would do like my 10-step Christian morning routine, but not talk to Him, not have any relationship with Him for the rest of the day, right? I would just do that in the morning and continue on living my lukewarm Christian life. And now it's so different because now I'm just like, yes, I do that in the morning, but I'm talking to God all day, every day, right? He's there with me. It just feels so different this time. It feels so real. I feel so blessed and protected. Even with this whole job thing, I've had a few breakdowns. But even at the end of it, I'm just like, I know everything's gonna be fine. I know it's gonna be okay. Like, I'm not gonna worry myself so much and stress myself so much. And it's so crazy because as I'm going through this period of my life, every single day when I read my devotional, it always coincides with exactly what I'm going through. Like, I think it was November 2nd. In my devotional, it basically said, put all your anxieties on God and like all your worries on Him and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's exactly what I was thinking. It's an interesting period of my life, but I've never felt closer to God. Besides when I did a 3-day water fast when I was in Belize, that was like, that was a whole different experience. But anyway, fasting is definitely the truth. You gotta, if you know what I mean, you gotta starve your flesh sometimes, but it is what it is. It's actually so funny that I'm re-recording this video today as I'm talking about this. But this morning during my Bible study, I was reading Matthew 7 verse 7. And it's basically just talking about how like, what you ask for, you will receive. What you seek for, you will find. The doors that you knock, they will open for you. Just like along that nature. I was reading that and like an epiphany hit me, right? It's just about being in your waiting season. And when you're in your waiting season, you need faith and patience. Like, you need those two things. You need to be patient, because if you're not patient, you're going to think this is not for me and you're going to give up. And if you don't have faith, then why would your desires come to you? You have no faith that it's going to come to you, right? And I had this whole, like, I don't want to say revelation, but this whole revelation, this whole epiphany. And I don't know, something in me in that moment, God, we know what it was. The Holy Spirit was literally like, you need to make a video and talk about this on TikTok. And I did it in that moment. And that was the first time ever I literally had my Bible there with me in the video. And I was just talking about what I learned from this chapter, from this verse. And I was not nervous making the video. I was like, I need to talk about this. Like, something was compelling me to talk about it, but I was a little bit nervous in uploading it. You know how the world is with religion and stuff, and religion and politics especially. But I was like, I don't care. Like, I need to say this. I literally need to say this because it's so true. So many of us are in our waiting season and we think the thing that we want is not for us. We think the thing that we want is not coming to us. But it literally says in the Bible, if you ask, you will receive. I don't think it's exactly those words, but it's like, basically keep on asking. It says, keep on asking and you will receive. And you will. And the asking is praying, right? So we need to keep on praying for the things that we want, because they're going to come into our life. I know I want like a great remote job that will help me feel less stressed and more like calm in life. And that's going to happen, right? Keep applying, keep praying, and know that it's going to happen to me within due time. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. Whew. I feel good. Spray. Setting spray. My battery's at 19%, so I gotta speed it up. The last thing I want to talk about is something I said earlier. So I'm turning 29 in 2 weeks. 1 day less than 2 weeks, so 13 days. And I don't know how to feel about it. On one hand, I'm like excited to get older, excited to be in my 30s, you know, excited for growth, for change, for just becoming older. I have a few gray hairs, white hairs, gray hairs. I don't know what they're called, but I'm happy. I'm loving it. I know I will never dye like my hair. I'm not one of those people that's like, oh my God, I can't be getting old. Like, I want to stay young forever. Like, I can't have one gray hair showing. That's not me, personally. I love it. I want more gray hairs. Like, I think it's nice. Ambulance. This happened in my last video too. I think at this part when I was talking about this. On the other hand, I'm like, oh my God, I'm in my late 20s. I even feel like almost like a fraud saying like my podcast is about being in your 20s, because it's like, I'm not in my 20s anymore, but I am in my 20s, okay? My late 20s. And it does feel like I'm getting older, because I am. And it is a little bit scary, because it is. Also, I had this thing in my mind, which I don't know why it's happening, but I keep thinking I'm turning 30. Like, is this normal? I have to make a video about this on TikTok actually, because I don't know what it is. Can any of you relate? Like, people who are, I guess, 30 plus. When you were turning 29, did your mind think you were turning 30? Like, what is going on there, you know? So I have to keep reminding myself, like, I'm turning 29, not 30. I forgot, I think it was like sometime last month, I was convinced I was turning 30. I'm like, this is my year, I'm turning 30. I had to do the calculations, okay? 2023, take away 1994. I'm like, what is going on? But I don't know if that's a thing or if that's just me, but I need to know. why. So last year for my birthday, I was in Canada. I went to hot yoga in the morning. I remember that because the hot yoga studio I go to, for your birthday, you get a free pass. And then for the day, I basically spent the whole day at the Four Seasons. I went to the spa, got a massage. And then in the evening, I went out for Ethiopian food, ate way too much. Probably one of the most top three times in my life that I've been overstuffed, like overfull, ate way too much. But I was with my best friend and we had fun and it was nice. I'll never forget it. Because the whole restaurant was singing happy birthday to me. Oh my God, how could I forget that? This year, I'm actually away for my birthday. And what am I doing? I'm going to the north of Italy. It's like 6-hour train ride from where we are now. And it's not really by choice, it's kind of by force, but it's fine. So basically my boyfriend has another pool tournament. It's like 3 weeks in a row. It's today, next week, and then the following week, which is my birthday weekend. The tournament is actually on the 18th and 19th of November, but we have to come the day before, obviously, because the tournament is like the morning of, and as I said, we're about like 6 hours away. So basically gonna be on a train from like the morning till the afternoon of my birthday. And then I don't know, I think I'll be fine. Like we have to obviously reserve restaurants and stuff like that and whatever. It's gonna be different, but I'm looking forward to it. Going to like a different place in Italy. And you guys know I'm gonna be vlogging the whole time. Pool is such a niche sport that I feel like when I talk about it, you guys are like, well, what are you talking about? Like even when I was talking to my mom, she was like, oh, he swims? No, pool, like billiards pool. But anyways, I'll be vlogging that whole weekend because why not? I think I might make it, maybe I might make it into 2 vlogs. My birthday and then maybe I'll make one birthday week. These thoughts, you guys don't need to know these thoughts. You just need to see the final product. So that's that. It'll either be birthday and weekend vlog or birthday weekend vlog. Right. Those are basically all the updates that are going on in my life right now. I think I am done with this look. It's nothing. You guys know. When I make these videos, it's not about the look, it's about what I'm saying. But it's very basic. Yes, I am looking at myself right now just to see. Oh, I put this on yesterday. Didn't really match yesterday, but I think this is okay. Cause I don't have that pink in my eye shadow. I just have one color. I need to get more of these. I love this formula. I love how it looks after. I just need different shades now. I am done. This is what we look like. Nothing crazy, honestly. So I told you guys literally every update that I can say. I can't think of anything else. Like, you guys know it all. You guys know it all. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the podcast, to my birthday. Those are the main things. Truthfully, those are the main things. So yes, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Of course, don't forget to follow my socials, TikTok, Instagram. I've taken like a little bit of time off of Instagram just because it's mostly for DMs, but I will be coming back. I will be coming back, okay? So yes, have a great day, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.